Gingrich.
Gentleman is recognized for 4 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I rise today in opposition to the rule and the underlying bill, H.R. 5719. As we are all aware, today is April 15th, and once again, Americans from all across this land and from all walks of life must fork over their hard-earned income to the IRS. And so, to ease the burden of the taxpayer, the House Democratic leadership, under a closed rule, no opportunity for amendment, brings up this so-called Taxpayer Assistance and Simplification Act. However, Mr. Speaker, for anyone who takes a good hard look at the language in the bill, they might not think today is April 15th, but rather April Fool's Day. In fact, this legislation should really be titled the Tax Evader Assistance and Simplification Act. For example, this legislation will provide assistance to those who just don't feel like paying their taxes by eliminating a successful debt collection program that my friend from Texas just mentioned. Instead of lowering taxes for hardworking Americans by over $500 million, this majority would rather give a tax break to these tax evaders to the tune, Mr. Speaker, of about $600 million. And unfortunately, to pay for these tax evader protections, this bill targets what? Health savings accounts and the millions of Americans who are trying to take control of their own health care decisions. This legislation will cost those Americans who use HSAs, as my children do, nearly $500 million. It effectively works to destroy market-based solutions in order to force government-run health care down the throats of the American people. Mr. Speaker, I mentioned earlier that this bill makes today seem more like April Fool's Day. Well, that moniker already belongs to April the 1st. So perhaps we can just call today Thank a Congressional Democrat Day. I would say to the American people that they are happy that this Congress today will basically give away $600 million to tax evaders. Thank a Congressional Democrat. If they are happy with the fact that this Congress has done nothing to repeal the deplorable death tax, thank a Congressional Democrat. If they were happy with the fact that this Congress has refused time after time to extend the tax cuts of 2001 and 2003 when our economy needs it most, thank a Congressional Democrat. If they are happy with the fact that this Congress has for 2 straight years, that including the largest tax increase in United States history, thank a Congressional Democrat. And if they look forward to the prospect of writing an even bigger check to the IRS next year than they did this year, well, you guessed it, they can thank a Congressional Democrat. Mr. Speaker, I again ask all my colleagues, Democrat and Republican, oppose this rule so this bill can be amended to provide real assistance to the American taxpayer. But if this rule passes, I call upon them, oppose the underlying Tax Evader Protection and Simplification